What's up, dreamers? Welcome back to my channel, D. Marie Dreams. I'm your girl, D. Marie. Welcome back to another interesting topic about toxic relationships. So this series has been continuing for several weeks now, and the exciting news is that I never intended for this many topics to bubble up pertaining to toxic relationships. And so I'm just flying with it. I'm just going with it. And as the topics come, then I go ahead and talk about them. So if you will, let me know down in the chat or down in the comments. Is there anything you want me to discuss? Is there anything you would like for me to talk about? Because again, I only had planned originally to do just a couple of videos regarding toxic relationships, but it seems like it's taken off. And a lot of people are interested in this topic, and I'm happy to share my experience and share my knowledge with you all. So let me know down below if there's anything that you want me to talk about. So today's video topic is the biggest lessons that I've learned from being in a toxic relationship. So this one is interesting because I think that every relationship, every past relationship teaches us some things. And so the toxic relationships are no different. And so I learned a lot of lessons, and I learned a lot of things about myself being in a toxic relationship. So I wanted to share some of those things with you. But before I share some of those things, let me just pause and say that my brand new course is now available. I created a course. I've been working on it for several weeks, and it's called Divorce Healing Recovery. So I'm super excited about this course, and this course is going to usher someone who needs healing as they're going through a divorce or even after a divorce. It's going to help them to cope. It's going to help them to get through the pain and the shame and the disappointment and all of those feelings that we feel when we're going through a divorce. It is going to help them get through those the stages of divorce faster. And so that's why I created it. I created it because I don't ever want to see anyone going through a divorce and feeling stuck, as if, you don't know which way to go after it. I'm living proof that there's life and you can live your dreams after a divorce. And so your life does not end after a divorce. And this course has all of that and some. Some of the modules in the course include forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, recognizing patterns so you don't make the same mistakes, especially if you are in a toxic relationship like myself, healing those wounds and that childhood trauma to be able to recognize that this is the same person, and I don't need to get involved with this same person as you go into dating. Celebrating you, self-care routines, positive affirmations, living your best life after divorce, whether that means traveling and new adventures, new excursions. And so, again, I'm really excited about this course because it's going to help so many people as they go through one of life's most traumatic situations, which is divorce. So I'll post some details about that course below as well. So I'm super excited about that. So let's get into this video. Some of the biggest lessons that I learned from being in a toxic relationship. First and foremost, and I know that we've heard these before, but I can't stress it enough because even though we've heard it before, some of us is probably going in one ear and out the other. I know that's the case for me, but lesson number one, trust your gut. Trust your instinct. Haven't we heard that before? I know I have. How about you? And so why don't we take that advice? That's the crazy part. But trust your instinct. So for me, my instinct was I don't want to marry this person. And so that was my gut. That was my instinct saying this might be a bad situation. But we so easily sometimes ignore the things that we ignore our instinct. We ignore that gut feeling. So for me, I got married for all of the wrong reasons. I got married because we had a child together. I got married because we were living together, right? And so that's the wrong reason to get married. And again, my gut was telling me this. No, you should not get married. No, you should not get married. And I didn't listen. And as a result of my not listening, I was, I find myself now divorced because I didn't listen to my gut. Had I listened, I probably never would have gotten married because my gut and my instinct was telling me this is not the right man for you. Lesson number 2. The second thing that I learned, and again, this is another one that we probably all have heard, and that is stop painting those red flags pink. I don't know about you, but me personally, I did that a lot. And so I would see red flags and I would identify them, but then you kind of, for whatever reason, you think you're in love and you think that, oh, this is the person I'm meant to be with, so I'm just going to sweep that under the rug. Bad idea. And so, again, we've heard this before, but we don't listen to it. So I'm urging you, listen, pay attention to red flags. They're red flags for a reason. And keep in mind, red flags, that's another way of your instinct whispering to you, like, no, something is not right. So listen to that. So that was another lesson that I've learned, and I guarantee you that I will not be ignoring red flags ever again. Keep in mind that the red flags that you ignore now could quite possibly be the reasons that you break up in the future. Lesson number 3. Don't settle. Again, I don't think that there are any new things on this list. We've heard these before, but we're not applying them to our lives. So don't settle. What I mean by don't settle is don't be like me and talk yourself into doing something. So my situation, I was 37 when I finally, mind you, I had been with my ex-partner, ex-spouse, ex-husband for, we weren't married, but we were in a long-term relationship. And so we were together from our 20s and onward. And so 37, I told myself like, oh, okay, well, you're getting older now. Maybe you should get married, this, that, and the other. And I talked myself into, getting married, essentially. I'm not proud to say it, but it's the truth. And so I settled because I thought that at the time I would not be afforded anything better. I thought at the time that I was getting too old. Looking back at that, it's like 37 old, a joke, right? But those were the lies that I told myself. So don't believe the lies. Don't believe those things that you may be telling yourself. Don't settle. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're enough. And know that you do not have to settle. Because whatever God has for you, all you have to do is be patient. And whatever God has for you, you will be attracted to it. It will find you. Lesson number 4. And again, we're talking about the biggest lessons that I learned in from my toxic relationship. So lesson number 4 If your family and your friends don't care for or don't like the individual, try to listen to that and try to possibly pinpoint why. There's something to be said if nobody but you likes that person. So all of your family and all of your friends, and I don't know about you, but I got a big family. So a lot of people in my family didn't care for, that individual. And so interestingly enough, I don't have many of the same friends that I had when I was in that relationship, because for whatever reason they just are no longer here. And I think part of that reason is they were chased away, because I did find myself in isolation from family and friends when I was in that relationship. So again, if family and friends don't like that person, there might be something to it. So something to definitely take note of. Reason number 5. Are you unmatched with that individual? Are you unequally yoked with that individual? And what I mean by that is, are you a go-getter? Are you motivated and that person isn't? That might be a problem. Are you honest and trustworthy and that person is dishonest and not the most loyal? Oil and water don't mix. So sometimes when you have characteristics and traits that are very different from somebody that you are trying to make a relationship work with, sometimes that's not going to work. There's an imbalance. So again, that's something to be mindful of. If you're not well matched or equally yoked with that individual, that might not be the person for you. So again, those are some of the lessons that I learned from my toxic relationship. So, what do you think? Did I miss something? Let me know below. What are some of the other things that you learned from your own toxic relationship? What are some of the things that you will never do again? What are some of the biggest lessons? Let me know. I hope this video has helped you. I hope that you learned something from it. And I hope that you'll check me out on Instagram. Again, I'm very proud of my brand new course, Divorce Healing Recovery. It's an amazing course, and it's 10 modules, and you get 2 coaching calls with those modules so that you can find yourself on the road to healing and recovery. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.